Watch me.
It's beginning to look a little bit like Christmas. This is Christmas at the Convent, and before the guests arrive, I'm just going to give you a bit of a quick showdown of the first segment that we'll be doing, one of the first segments we'll be doing tonight. We've got a little bit of a setup here with some varied cameras sort of happening around the place. We have a infrared floodlight over here as well, which floods up the whole room. We've tested that out last night. The gear that we'll be using for the first segment anyways, we've got a couple of proximity pods. We've got some light sensors, got some cat balls, we've got a static field radio, we've got S-boxes, necrophonics. We're going to try out the whole works. We've got some K2s, we've got some rods as well. We've got we've got all sorts of little things here. So that's what we'll be playing with. Got some marbles for the kids if they want to come and join in, see if they can move the marbles. And yeah, we're going to have, there's doorbell sensors, light sensors. Yeah, so that's our little setup for the first segment for tonight. And this is the area where the guests will be able to have a bit of a photo opportunity if they want to take advantage of Kylie's expertise in camera work. Yeah, we've got a great team tonight coming, as well as fantastic guests. And we're actually been here for, we'll be here for 3 nights. The guests will be here just overnight. But yeah, we've had some extraordinary experiences already, just last night. So we're looking forward to the next couple of nights. And for those who like to question, yes, the dolls that we have brought are spirited. None of them negative, otherwise we wouldn't have a bar of them. So that's a couple here in this section. There's a couple more things going on in the different rooms. There we go, yes, they are spirited. There's our lovely Ree. We've also got a very Australian Christmas tree. Got a little train set for the kids to play with. Got some Christmas stockings for the kids here at the Convent. And this little one's having a bit of a snooze before all the activities start.
That's my grandmother's recipe.
Welcome to our Christmas party for all these spirit events. Welcome to Christmas in the Convent. Once again, I'm introducing Kylie, because she's a legend. Kylie is Noah's manager, and I said this to pretty much everybody, I think, when you came. If you want to know anything about the building, ask Kylie. Kylie's been here a very long time. She knows everything there is to know about it, and she spends more time here than anywhere else. And at the moment, I've spent more time here with Kylie than anywhere else. So Kylie can answer any questions you have about the history of the place. If there is something that is really making people feel unwell, you come and find me. You come and find Gwen. Raise your hand and Marmaduke. Gwen. Or you come and find Rick. Raise your hand. I think that's too annoying. We will deal with it. You don't have to put up with it. You don't have to feel scared. You don't have to feel uncomfortable. Rick's been doing this for the last 50 odd years. He's done everything from paranormal investigating to reading cards to getting rid of negative energies. He knows what he's doing. Gwen's a Gwen, but he's also my top student. I've taught him everything I know, and he's fucking good at what he does in his own right. He's a bloody good medium. So come and find him, or her, depending on where his energy's at. And if you can't find him, find me. And we will deal with it. And we will do it as ethically, without swearing as we can. So, do we want to know about the equipment? Do we know about the equipment? What do you know about the paranormal equipment you see on the floor here? Oh, and copper's good for cuddles if you're feeling miserable.
Rick walked us through a couple of items before.
Yeah, which ones?
That one.
That would be the REM pod?
And the rocket.
And the rocket. This is from Bunnings. This is actually from Bunnings. It's a touch lamp for a kid. Paranormal equipment doesn't have to cost you a bloody fortune. It can cost you $500 if you want one of the really nice brand name REM pods. This one cost me $200, but it came in a raggedy Ann doll because that's the type of person I am. I took it out because I gave the doll to someone and I had to say that.
Oh, that was the one that came out of the doll, wasn't it? Didn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, right.
So that is actually a modified doorbell. You can buy the doorbell and you can get, I probably shouldn't be telling people this, you can buy the doorbell and get how to modify it. There's plenty of videos online to do that. It's a modified doorbell. That's all it is. It goes off when you come close to the aerial. It's for static or motion.
It's static.
Static. So it's like if you rub a plastic bag together and you have that static, you know, your hair, you rub a balloon on your hair, it's that static that it picks up. Works on aura energy. At the moment, my aura's a little bit meh. So, works on the static field. You break the static field. That's how that one works. This is from Bunnings. It is literally a sensor light for a kid's room. It detects motion. So a little kid gets out of bed and goes to wander up the hallway where mummy's room is, the light goes off. The spirit walks past it, the light goes off. It may not be working because Miss Buns attacked it the other day, my rabbit.
That's not.
We've all seen these. This is a K2 meter. We've all seen how these work. It's to do with EMF, electromagnetic field. I had a lady ring me once, text me on Facebook, and she said, I need your help. She said, why should my fridge is haunted? I said, have you been watching like Ghostbusters or something? She said, I put a K2 next to I brought a brand new ghost hunting K2 and put it next to my fridge. It has a fridge has EMF. It's anything that has electronic, an electronic device. So you can put this up against a PowerPoint and it'll go off. You can put it up against the fridge, your microwave, the internet, your internet connection, and it'll go off. Your laptop. If it's got a constant power source, this will set it off. Your phone. If you're filming on a paranormal investigation and this is going nuts and your phone is here, chances are it's not. There's no spirit, your phone's haunted and it's because it's an electronic device with a battery. If you have it here and it still goes off, probably your phone. If you do a baseline, so if you walk into a room with one of these and do a baseline, you work out where the EMF is. So you walk around like an idiot for about 10 minutes going like this to see if the thing goes off. And if it goes off, then you work out, is there a power point, is there loose wiring, what's going on. Michael's an electrician, and this is what electricians use to find faults. It's just a different version of this. So when I was a kid and my uncle used to take me on jobs with him, my job and my brother's job was to run around with one of these and find faults in the walls. Not because there were so many faults, it was because my uncle was babysitting and he had a job to do and we were bored. So he had to make up a job for us. But it's the same thing. So when you've got one of these in a room, walk around for a minute and try and figure out what sets it off. And if you've done a baseline and nothing has set it off, then chances are if it does go off, it's possibly a spirit. Now this one goes off because I shake it, and this is mine, that's why it's got this sticker on it. I've got an otter on mine, and Rick's got a crab on his, that's his last name. My daughter put them on. So also check your equipment to see how sensitive it is. Because this one, if you shake it, it'll go mental. Because the connections in it is a little bit meh, because I've dropped it too many times. So if you've got this in the middle of the floor, and it goes off, then you ask questions. Is there anyone there? Was that you that set it off? Can you do it again? And the spirit might take them ages to work out what happened and how it happened. Okay, someone's phone's ringing. And the K2 went, of course it's you. And the K2 flickered. But honest to God, Marmaduke. Let us work on customer service, shall we? So it went off when the phone went off, because mobile phones can set these off. If you get a notification, it'll set it off. If you get a phone call, it'll set it off. If you put it on flight mode, it's less likely to set it off, but it can still be set off because there is still a signal going to your phone. If you put it on flight mode and you get a notification, you put it on flight mode and something else happens, there's still a signal going to your phone, and this can pick it up. So do your baseline first, and don't have your fridge haunted. K2s are fun, and they're probably the first hunting piece of equipment people buy. I got these from eBay. I think they were $30. I got it two for $1. They all do the same thing, but the quality of the parts in it vary depending on how expensive they are, but in the end they're the same. It's the same as the red pot. You've got the really nice, everyone's seen the black and red, the really nice ones, the ones that look pretty impressive. They've got 50,000 different bloody light bulbs on them, and they look nice. What's in my modified doorbell is pretty much the same as what's in the red pot, the fancies. Yeah. We've got a plasma ball in the middle there. Who remembers these?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. You too. No, you've just been funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get these from we bought this one from the smoke shop. Because we couldn't get them anywhere else. It's static. It's a static field. So you press it because it's picking up on the static and the heat. Which can be very handy when you've got spirit, because kids love these. You remember seeing these in the shops and just constantly doing these?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Spirit like them too because they find them interesting. It's not what they expect. And let's face it, some spirit just like having the power to kind of control something. Like people. Some spirit like to be able to control something in their environment or your environment. So it's better that they control the plasma ball than you. So it's cheap. I mean, I don't even know how much they go for anymore. I think we had a big one, but it didn't work properly. I don't know, 30, 40, $50 maybe. Instead of like $100 and something. And they're practical and they're fun. Oh, knock it off. These are cat balls. And they're called cat balls because cats play with them. It's that simple, they're cat toys. They work on something pushing the ball or something touching the ball. But if you hear it, when you pick one of these up, you can hear it shaking. There's something inside that's loose. That's the actual mechanism that makes it work. It's the motion sensor, which is a little piece of foil that it finishes the circuit to make the thing flash. And it'll do that when the foil hits the connector. So I've had a lot of faith in these because I use these with my dolls. And so a spirit can set these off by simply working out how strong their aura is and using their aura to manipulate little mechanism inside that makes the cat more flash. Or they can just kick it across the room. Are they foolproof? No. Are they fun? Yeah. Can you get some good answers, some good interaction with them? Yeah. But just be aware that you can't change the batteries in this particular type. They're expensive. And as that battery dies, they get less and less reliable. But they're fun, and providing they're not used somewhere where it's windy or it's on the edge of a kind of stair or something, they are pretty accurate. I like these. But then again, they look pretty coloured, so why not?
Like the valve.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Yeah. So we'll break off into some groups. Have a look at grab some equipment. Did anyone bring their own equipment? Has anyone got K2s and cat balls and whatever else? Cool. Yeah. So we've got some people. Have a walk around with some of the equipment, try it out. Dowsing rods are another one. Now, some people say it's them moving the rods, it's not the spirit. When I use dowsing rods, my hands move. But I do a form of spirit channeling. I can trans-channel, so my hands move because it's not me. It might look like me, it might sound like me, but at some point, the spirit I'm channeling is moving. Now, you can believe whatever you choose. I'm not here to make you believe that what I can do is all this weird, crazy shit. But if you hold your rods straight and level, now, I don't like these, I've got my own, they're upstairs, and level, now, I've got chase at the moment because I've had a very long day. And my F&D is not happy, so that's why my hands are shaking. That is me. And you ask the spirit, can you cross them for a yes? Yeah, I've got a really dodgy connection, you know. Can you push them out for a no? So when you're using them, again, these aren't mine. Mine move much easier. You don't focus on the end of the rod. People have a habit of watching the end of the rod. When you have a conversation with somebody, you're not always focusing on their nose. You're not standing there going, "Hi, how are you going? It's really nice." Because that is really, 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 really uncomfortable. And we tend to ask spirit really personal questions straight up. What's your name? Do you have any children? Where do you live? And you're like, if someone walked up to you in the street and started doing that, you'd punch them. What's your name? How many kids do you have? How did you die? Did you murder your husband? Like, give us a go, well. It's invasive to just blurt it out. So you pick up the rods and say, "Hi, is there anyone here?" Of course there is. "Do you want to talk to us?" He'll probably say no. "Oh no, here we go. Do you want to talk to us?" "Yes." "Can you tell, does your name, hang on, I've got to do a scan now. Are you one of the kids?" "Yes." "Is it one of the boys?" "Yes." Look, the kids you'll find will try and hit you in the face with nothing else. Just warning you. One of the boys that liked the train? "Yes." So we've got a little train in the middle.
Just as you said, one of the boys, a massive orb just went bang straight through.
there it is again.
We're getting a lot of orbs, just starting to get a lot of orbs now.
The kids tend to try and hit you in the face. Because no matter where kids are like, in spirit or living, they're still going to be pains in the bum.
They will throw things too. They always throw things at me.
Yeah, Kylie gets hit with ping pong balls a
I
lot.
actually have a collection of them now.
Yeah.
At home, I bring home another one, and my hubby goes, "Did you have a good day?" And I go, "Yes."
The train that we had in the other room, we were having trouble getting it to stay on the track last night because the kids were actually pushing it off until Bethany lost her temper and said, "If you knock it off again, I'm not putting it back on and you're not getting it tomorrow." Yeah, funnily enough, it stayed on the track. So, introduce yourself to spirit. If you walk into a room, say, "Hi, it's such and such. I'm here to have a chat. Do you want to talk with the rods? Do you want to, whatever." Kids, whatever. Really? Introduce yourself before you have the communication, because you're more likely to get Now you're just being funny. Positive communication. Can we stop now? Can we stop? Stop. Thank you. So, introduce yourself and then lean into the personal questions. Don't go, hi, how you going? Do you know, what's your name? Did you marry? It's a little bit rude, a little bit off-putting, and if someone asked you 50 quid, if you're in a room and someone just randomly grabbed you, pulled you into a corner and started asking you a whole bunch of really personal information, you do this, you'd punch them, and then you'd run. And we can be very, very intense to spirit just because we don't make that connection that they're people.
And give them a moment to answer too. Yeah, like it takes a bit longer sometimes for them to answer.
Spirit of people, for the most part, if you stay in the mainstream and not in the outer limits like I do, they're people. I've got someone poking me in the back right now. Thank you. I'm not putting them back on. No, I'm not picking the rods up. Go sit down. Okay. So, they're people. They're kids. They're nuns. They're people's uncles, aunts, family members. And particularly Brian, he has a very loving, caring family. So even though Brian is a voice in my head, and Sister Ignatius up until a few weeks ago was actually just a voice in my head until she manifested at home, and I have that photo. They're people. Treat them like people. Give them a little bit of humanity and ask them questions that isn't going to be awkward. Like, did you murder your husband? Did you enjoy murdering your husband? And please don't open with, are you the devil? Because you'll have some smart ass spirit go, yeah, let's play with that.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. So grab some equipment. The rods are easy. If you are spiritually inclined already, have a go at the rods. And if you're not, have a go. Pass them around. I'll bring my set down because mine are up in my room. Grab something, break into the groups that you're comfortable with, spread out. I don't facilitate the investigation. I allow you to look. I allow you to interact and communicate. Because I think if you're going to get something, you'll get it in a way that you understand. So if you're talking to a spirit and all of a sudden you get the song "I'm a Little Teapot" in your head, you might figure out, well, is that a child I'm talking to? If you are talking to a spirit and all of a sudden you feel really sad, you're really, really sad, and you've worked out is that you're talking to someone who had children. You ask, are you a mother? And you get this sad feeling. And you say, did you have children? And you might find that you get the sad feeling, but then on the spirit box comes stillborn or lost. Or you might ask if you had children, and on the spirit box it comes no. But you're feeling that spirit is feeling sad because they don't have kids and they want children. And I get that particular feeling a lot when I go to certain places. Not so much here, but some of the nuns here, they were very intensely close to the children they were looking after. Not all the nuns were like the ones that taught me. So I'm going to get slapped, I know. I can feel she's there. So treat them like people. If you feel sad, if you feel happy, if you hear a song, if another family member pops into your head, like you might be talking to a spirit and then all of a sudden you feel like, oh, he reminds me of my Uncle John, who is a barrister because of the way he's talking, or my Uncle Joe, who is a farrier because they're talking about horses. Try and put the dots together yourself, because it's great to have all the bells and whistles go off, but in the end, the equipment is no more scientifically proven than me telling you that I hear voices. Because a lot of the equipment that ghost hunters use has not been scientifically proven to do exactly what it says it does. People say it does. We just go on the faith that that's what it is. We just go on the evidence that we've got with that equipment. So grab something. Just go, even if you don't want to grab, just grab a pair of rods, just go and sit in a certain place and just see how it makes you feel. Pull that area that's slightly stuck down in your head up just a little bit and see if you can pick up something. You might get some guy singing Baba, Black Sheep in Japanese, but at least you've got something. And, you know, Rick is really good at showing how the equipment works. I don't use a lot of the equipment because I listen. I'm a very spiritually connected paranormal investigator. I don't like a lot of the equipment because it's noisy, because it flashes, and I have important to see, and I have sensory issues, including sound and lights. So I don't like a lot of the equipment. I'll use it if I have to, but I always use the equipment to back up what I'm saying. So I might say, hey, there's a little girl here, and like Rick said, or it's one of the kids, and like Rick said, oh, we'll all went past, which kind of goes inside with what I was saying. So you get your evidence from the weird person who listens to the voices in her head with the equipment that isn't scientifically proven. You go, well, there must be something in it. Make sense?
No.
I wonder you say that.
Yes.
Are you?
No.
Good. I'm just thinking it's not hard.
Well, I reckon I've been watching this footage here, and I reckon every 3-4 seconds an orb comes through.
It just goes half off around. Or how they're trying to run away.
It's like, let us play, stop talking.
So, the investigation goes for however you're interested in, however long you are. I am going to get my scrying mirror out because I've had a request from Cherie. I do mirror scrying. I have my scrying mirror with us. If you want to have a crack, just let me know. We'll find somewhere quiet to do it. It's safe. I don't do anything with my guests that are unsafe because in the end I'm the one people call to fix it. So, and I don't want to put my guests in danger in any way. So the scrying, the way I do it, is safe. And if you want to have the mirror scrying, is when you look into a black mirror. And who's heard of Nostradamus? Okay, he did water scrying, so he used.
Oh, I did
water.
not.
Water
That's a
scrying.
lie. Oh, sorry.
You're not Nostradamus, Bowie.
Oh, I'm nearly that old.
He thinks he's a little bit. Yeah. So Nostradamus used a bowl of water and had visions and saw things. There is a way of doing that when you you bring yourself down into a semi-trance like state, and it lets go of pretty much everything material, and you're able to look into the mirror and see something. Now, I will warn you, I've done this a couple of times in the car.
I need to bring some tissues.
Yeah, I did it last time I was here, and Carly saw her mum that passed away. I had someone else see a very close friend who had passed away that she wasn't ready to see. The first time I did it, I had a gentleman see his cousin who had passed away 3 weeks prior. I had a lady who said she saw dog nostrils. I went, okay. She goes, no, it makes sense. And I said, why? She said, I had to put my dog down 2 days ago. So if you wish to do this crime, I'm warning you. I don't control what comes in. I just make sure it's safe.
Just BYO tissue, maybe.
Yeah. And some people see swirling colours. Some people see nothing.
Yeah.
Some people see swirling colours. Some people see it in their head and not in the mirror. Some people hear a voice. I did it for a friend of mine because she was upset she couldn't remember what her mum's voice sounded like. So I took her through a scrying process and she actually heard her mum's voice. She wasn't ready for that, but I warned her.
Yeah.
The scrying is safe. I've used my aura to protect you. And I take you down very quiet, very easily and safely into a semi-trance-like state so you can focus. So then you can see whatever you need, whatever you wish to see, whatever is there for you to see. And if you don't see anything, it's not because you can't do it, and it's not because you're broken, it's just because you're not ready. It's the same with the past life regressions that Rick does. Some people see things in technicolor and hear it in surround sound, and some people see it kind of in mono, hear it kind of in mono with a whole bunch of crackling, and some people get nothing. It depends where you are and what your intent is. If you're a skeptic, you might as well just go and have a coffee because you're not going to see anything. Because your own skepticism and your own emotional not wanting to see will block it. And that sounds very spiritual and very airy-fairy and very, oh my God, she's nuts, but it's actually happened. Your intent is everything.
Yeah.
If your intent is to interact with positive spirit, that's exactly what your intent will be. If your intent is to intent, if your intent is any spirit is good, any action is good action, like in life, that doesn't always work. And if your intent is to find something negative, you will find it. I guarantee it. If you look for it, you'll find it, it'll be there, and it'll come through in flying colours. So I'll shut up and let this go, break into your groups. I'll come round and see how yours are going. If you need some guidance, come and talk to me, come and talk to Gwen, or go and find Rick. Rick's really good with the tech,
See, now
the
it's
tech is your
starting to
thing.
get dark.
If you want to try a
Look at
more
that nice
psychic,
red
medium,
infrared
spiritual sort of way, come and find me and
glow
Gwen.
through
Gwen
there.
is really good at explaining things,
Really cool.
because I'm dyslexic and
Yeah, it's
I
on.
have trouble. So, especially on the right now. So, come and either find me or Gwen,
Ready?
if you want to do the spiritual side of it, and if you just want to wander and experience
So that's with that.
it for yourself, do that. Because in the end, this weekend is about you. It's about what you get out of it. I can help you
Oh,
get
yeah, you
something
can
out of
see
it.
that
It's
as
not
well.
about whether I look
Yeah,
good.
you
It's
can see
not
that
about
as
what
well.
I get so I can put it on social media.
Oh,
Although
that's
that
good
looks good when we've got
information.
nice photos to show people and I can put it back in the group and show people what we do. But it is very much about what you want to get out of the weekend.
Hmm.
So I'll shut up. Have fun.
Yeah.
Go play.
Thank you.
Thank you, dog.
You're very good.
I'll leave this in there.
Snag it.
The plug in Pre-2 just went ring pulse and go just tip away.
People when I just before I got up and grabbed the temperature thing because I got a massive cold freeze.
I'm getting a lot of orbs through. You see it just flew through there. And this is with
Because I actually asked him
red light. Yeah. Turn that off.
can I?
Still doing See, this is different phones than the last one, so it picks up different things compared to the last one. Well, yeah, because